Yeah, I'm very excited today. We're going to be doing Psycholonials Liveread, and debuting a new model that Lime drew. Also, this new background that Lime drew. Very cool. Thank you, Lime. Have some cold brew coffee that I'll be sipping on. Have my clown horn ready. I did some vocal exercises before I got in. Yeah, I'm just doing a little bit of hanging out right now, I think. Just while the ads run. Okay, the ads are up. Waiting for the go-ahead to plug in Homestuck official server. Not that I need that in order to keep streaming. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna move up to the center a little bit. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna have a new model. Bam! New Apple Turnways. I really like this one. It's new. Shaking around violently. Okay. I'm gonna go back in the corner. Well, I'm about ready to start reading Psycholonials, I think. Everyone hear that okay? Everyone see it? Yeah, this is a reread for me. I want to make this like a thing I do regularly on the channel. Maybe it's a little too loud. Oh hell yeah! No, I read it for the first time February of this year, I think. And no, not February, like more like January. And then I read it again with my friend over the summer. And now I'm reading it on stream. Yeah, this is something I want to do every now and again on the channel. Just because I really like this story a lot. I think it's worth doing. Let's go. Summer that never was. An island sits off the eastern coast of the United States. It's a little over 10 miles wide, and most of the year, a little over 10,000 people deep. They call it a summer colony. When the weather gets warm, the number of people pushing down on the island swells to around 50,000. It's so good. Clark Powell cooked. The town here shares its name with the island. You live here. You're one of the residents pushing down on the place year-round. The steady residents don't contribute much weight, though. Off-season life is like a reprieve for the island, like lifting a load off the back of a perennial workhorse. The summer crush is a different story. 100,000 feet at once give you the impression the seasonal colonists have all conspired to shove this charming New England rock right back into the ocean. But 2020's different. You don't see it happening this year. Can't say you're heartbroken about it either. Your name is Jen. It's pronounced more like Jen than Zen, but most people have been determined to mispronounce your name since elementary school. So at some point, you decided to go by Z, and it stuck. Stick it to your parents, too, sorta. who endowed you with the romanization of a name which would either guarantee a lifetime of correcting people or interminably acquiescing to their wrongness. You like Z better anyway because it's yours, not theirs. It's roughly 3 p.m., and you've just woken up. Earlier than yesterday, so that's a plus, and with a bit of a hangover, but that's far from unusual. Your bedroom is a bit messy, but you didn't notice anymore. Sorry, don't notice anymore. I'm going to fuck up a lot, by the way. I have a hard time reading. I'm just a clown. It's a cozy little depression nest, and it serves its purpose well, which is to store the body of a depressed 23-year-old woman when she's not working. Plus, the decor manages to accurately reflect her personality and emotional landscape. Ordinarily, you'd reach for your smartphone before even getting out of bed and whittle away at the first hour of the day scrolling through the timelines of your various accounts. But for whatever reason, today feels a little different. You stand up to stretch your legs and have a look around to reacquaint yourself with the artifacts of your life which have achieved invisibility through familiarity. You've had this exact arrangement of posters taped to your wall since before you moved here. Before that, actually. These posters were on the wall of your dorm in college in this exact pattern. When the time came to make your desperate getaway from campus, you ripped it off your wall in one big taped-together mess, rolled it all up, and hit the road. I considered doing that when I was moving earlier this year. I had like a wall collection. But I ended up just like taking it all apart piece by piece and putting it in a box, and I still haven't put any of that stuff back up. Then when you got here, you simply unrolled it and put it back up. Why mess with it? This particular hodgepodge of pop cultural nonsense says as much about yourself as you'd ever care to say using a wall. Maybe it's a consequence of the media you consumed that made you feel this way, but you've always believed you could tell a lot about a person by studying the things they used to like. In fact, you might even go as far as saying that in this era, an individual's personality isn't much more than a composite of all the media they've ever consumed, and their favorite stuff in particular. That's why whenever you meet someone new, you just kind of wish you could take a look at their bedroom and take a quick tour of all of their interests, sparing you a lot of the laborious banter and wondering whether someone's worth your time. Again, it could be certain types of content you've consumed in your past which resulted in this philosophy, but you can't be sure. All you can do is refresh your memory on your various interests to reaffirm who you are to yourself, along with any imaginary voyeurs who have inexplicably decided to tune into your underwhelming morning ritual. That's your Metal Gear Solid poster. You've created a number of fan works for this series, and not a single one of them is suitable for children. Very few are suitable for most adults, actually. But never mind that. You think Kojima has an advanced understanding of war, which has eluded authors far more celebrated than he. You also think Kojima has an advanced understanding of horny gay men with enormous butts, which is an asset of far greater literary value in your opinion. It's true. Insane clown posse, of course. You're way out of this by now, but you had a juggalo phase in high school. The reason for this decision was extraordinarily complex and layered, far over the head of anyone who would be inclined to wonder. If you even need to ask why, being down with the clown cannot be fully explained. You mainly keep this up as a reminder of your roots. A reminder of a philosophy towards family which you prefer to more conventional definitions. You've had this up since 2017, which is before Post Malone went apeshit with all the face tattoos. Increasingly these days, he seems determined to look like hot garbage. And yet, the uglier he gets, the more fond of him you grow. He will never forsake this kind-hearted goblin prince. He could tattoo a dick on his face and you'd probably weep tears of joy. It's like you said when you checked out the ICP posters. You like to keep reminders of your pop cultural roots. There was this long story you read when you were young. You almost never talk about it now, but this guy is here to remind you. Whether you like it or not, it's a part of you now. This blurred out car cat is wonderful. It's like he's censored, he's too dangerous. The calendar marks the days for your shifts at a local restaurant where you work as a waitress. The page is set to February 2020, but this is wrong. The pandemic sent you into an unusually bleak depression spiral, so you haven't flipped the page in months. This is right. The date is April 20th, 2020. You guess you labeled a lot of these months in advance at the beginning of the year, when you were in higher spirits. A week ago was a day relevant to childhood interests, so you facetiously drew a little doodle to commemorate. And today, of course, is Weed Day. Not that you actually smoke weed. Mostly on account of being too lazy to bother acquiring any, but that doesn't mean the annual milestone shouldn't be solemnly honored with the gravity of a religious holiday. As you stare at the calendar, you mostly just can't believe it's already May. It's almost already May. Has it really been that long since you went to work? You guess that must be right. Early March was the last day the restaurant was open, and you've been holed up here ever since without pay. You've gotten by borrowing rent money from your friend Abby, who's also been shut in since the outbreak began. Not seeing her in months, not seeing anyone really, has had a very negative effect on your mental health. Probably the biggest reason you've been waking up so late these days. There's a ton of computer equipment here lying dormant. It hasn't been powered up in years, actually. Doing so would probably remind you of your college traumas. Sometimes you wonder if you will ever turn it on again. That's probably for the best. Your hacking days are behind you. A lot of those old projects you were working on could have gotten you into some serious trouble. These days, it's all about cultivating your brand, although it hasn't been going that well. More to the point, you'd probably be the first to admit your online brand is fairly shitty. But one has to start somewhere. Rebuilding a social media presence after a series of psychologically devastating catastrophes doesn't happen overnight. On the floor is a printout of your manifesto. You wrote this a few years ago before your life melted down. It began as an ironic exercise, but the more you wrote, the less ironic it became. You completed it just before the series of calamitous events leading to the aforementioned meltdown. You doubt this is a total coincidence, since, as Abby likes to point out, only crazy people write manifestos. Which is more than a little hypocritical, since she's been actively writing one herself. Still, hers is pretty light reading and revolves around her secret RPF shipping theories. Whereas the Jubilite Manifesto is an incendiary piece of left-wing literature that happens to revolve around unrepentant clownery. She's probably right to say it's for the best that you never pick up this thing again. Hold on, I'm gonna drink something. Your stroll down special interest lane has delayed the inevitable long enough. Time to get pulled into the vortex of your traditional wake-up scrolling binge. The timelines. The threads, the feeds, the comments. They won't brainlessly ogle themselves. You pause to admire your lock screen. It's a more recent pic of your boy post, complete with all of his most recent, utterly grotesque tattoos. The man is looking like fresh hell. Your heart palpitates, and you feel momentarily nauseous, but you regain your composure long enough to unlock your phone. Your phone unlocks. There's your background. It's a gratuitously pornographic piece of fan art depicting two muscular homosexual soldiers in the throes of passion. You keep this one as your unlocked screen so that prying eyes in public don't get a gander of the material which some may find inappropriate. But as your wise-ass friend has pointed out, the Malone lock screen is arguably more indecent to flash in public. No, I think this is what being a Fujo is like. But enough dithering over your gallery of obscene males. Time to check your accounts. Most of your effort in attempting to build a brand has gone into your Instagram account. As a new influencer trying to get your footing, you've been tinkering with something in the e-girl genre. So far, you aren't doing anything too crazy. Your Dadaist impulses are what your TikTok is for. Here, it's mostly a bunch of tame, silly shots of you posing around the island. The boys love it when you go to the beach for some reason. They're very basic. Your light following mostly attracts a bunch of simps, reply guys, and rude remarks to the comics section. Eric B0452, you're ugly. Swagdoggo99, we stan a queen. Dadaist? Okay. E-boy Steve, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. That Gerald, nobody. Z69 Clown Boner 420, serving looks like a goddess. PickleRick.fart, total shit. PickleRick.fart. There's no sugarcoating it. Your TikTok is just plain weird, full of avant-garde shit posts of a humorous nature, usually performed in a completely deadpan manner, and with oblique intent to the average user of this platform. Sometimes you will knowingly post cringe. Always ironically though, which as far as you're concerned is dynamite content. Not many people understand it, though a handful of loyal simps in your follower list always seem to lap it up. Abby never misses an opportunity to reprimand you for your cringe posting. This is to be expected though. She's a pro after all. And even you know your cringe posts are indefensible. That's entirely the point. Twitter is bad. You hardly use this account, but you keep it on hand for the sake of continuing to receive abuse? You're not sure. The doxings and harassments have finally died down over the last year. Nothing close to what they were just after your meltdown. The persecution for your past crimes is barely a trickle now, which is a double-edged sword. Balls, piss, cum. Sure, it's nice to get fewer death threats, but it's also a sign that no one really cares enough to bother, which is bad for the brand. It's been a few days since you posted any content. The fans are getting restless. Well, not really, but they are restless in your anxious imagination. You are just shy of 1,000 followers. Maybe a new post will push it over the edge? Of course, you understand the crowd isn't that eager for more content. You know it's a common affliction among aspiring influencers, the need to keep pushing content out of fear their followers will get bored. As if they're a slobbering pack of wild dogs, insatiable beasts who must have more. I added an extra more for no reason. But you're not an idiot, and you follow plenty of accounts too. Your posting habits are more a matter of personal ethos. If you want to build a brand, the content must flow, and so you shall make it flow. But what to post? This, as always, is the burning question. You fire up TikTok because that's where the shitposts go, and God knows you don't have the energy for assembling a respectable e-girl fit or fixing up your makeup. You try to think of more funny, deadpan nonsense you can bullshit your way through while lying in bed. Well, not before fixing yourself up a little. Christ, you look like hell. You fix your hair a bit. No, it's still bad. Ugh. You know what? Fuck it. You're just going to use an absurd filter and crank the irony dial all the way up, looking more and more like it's just going to be a cringe post Monday. She just has bags under her eyes and her hair's a little messy. You start babbling incoherently. You even turned a voice filter on to maximize the cringe factor. What are you even saying? You have no idea where this is going. Yeah. You play it back and yikes, it's hard to even get through the whole thing. It's dealing massive amounts of psychic damage. Perfect, actually, this is what you were going for. Let the simps grit their teeth through every second of this monstrosity, and thank you for it. Truth be told, this is the caliber of content they deserve. Yep, the reply guys are lining up to kiss your ass as always. The usual suspects every time. Little entourage of loyal and lascivious hype men. It's sort of adorable and disgusting to you simultaneously. But McFuckles, you just posted cringe. Sir Sorry, 4684. She don't miss! Neon Machine, cringe baby. E-Boy Steve, you just dropped a whole sack of these. Crown emoji, 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 crown emoji. That Gerald, a true angel, pray emoji. Psychic damage. Cringe baby. Actually, maybe more disgusting than usual today. That feeling is creeping in. Disgust, not with the boys per se, it runs deeper than that. Your post fucking sucked, and you're on the verge of regretting it. Why is it always like this, pushing out content? After hitting submit, equal odds that sense of loathing begins to settle in. Was the post a good idea? Could it have been better? Should you have just not bothered at all? It makes you feel crazy, this media landscape. But McFuckles did die for our sins. Above all, you think your disgust isn't so much about all the specific... Above all, you think your disgust isn't so much about the specific post, as it is with a general lack of discretion and inspiration. What the fuck are you even trying to do? What are you about? You're too depressed to come up with answers today, but then, that seems to be true every day. You log off TikTok with dismay. You're getting a DM on Discord. It's your friend Abby. Not surprising, since she almost always hits you up after you post some content, usually with some friendly critique. Today is probably no different, and you have a feeling you already know what she's going to say. Isn't it a bit early in the day to be sad posting cringe? You usually have the courtesy to wait till I'm sound asleep and you're drunk off your ass. Fuck off, I know it's cringe. So this is what it's come to. Your brand is an ironic cringe posters congealing before my eyes. I guess? It's hard to come up with, like, ideas for shit. Ain't that the truth? What are you talking about? All you do is post vids of you looking hot and saying dumb shit. Yeah? That's a hell of a brand if you can make it work, which you obviously can, and at least you know what you're about. I'm still trying to figure that out. Hasn't been going well lately. That's easy. You are also about looking hot and posting cringe, apparently. Well, not fucking hot enough. Not like you. Nonsense. The sizzling bitch plastered all across my timeline begs to differ, and the gentleman callers you've attracted to your content, they seem none too displeased. Christ. Whoa, and what's this? Z! You crossed the 1,000 follower mark! See, you're being so down on yourself for nothing. You're well on your way to the big leagues. The fuck is this patronizing shit? Besides, how am I even on your TL? You don't even fucking follow me. You're too embarrassed to, remember? Because it would hurt your brand if people could check your follow list and see my freak ass there with all my past baggage. Aw, that's not fair. You know the game, Z. How many of your fucking 3 million followers would you really lose if you followed me? I do follow you. With an alt, you know this. I mean on your main, Abby. What would it cost you realistically if I just showed up on that list? No fanfare, no shoutouts, or any bullshit like that. Just one friend following another because she's got her back. You lose what? A few grand, maybe? Even then, it'd just be a handful of snarling cunts that you don't need stinking up the joint anyway. It's not even about that. It's about keeping the distance... it's about keeping the discourse down. Come on. I mean, not to sound like a bitch, but I couldn't handle the shit you went through. You know damn well we both got the same kind of dirt on us, but like... But what? But you already fucked yourself up, and I'm still trying to keep a lid on it all, like, delicately. And if you thought it was rough for you, think about what it would be like for me at my level of visibility. Oh, I see how it fucking is. You're too famous, so you'd fall harder than I did. It's fine, I got thrown to the wolves, 'cause I'm a nobody, right? No, I mean like... I had to go to the fucking hospital, Abby. Okay, fuck, I'll follow you, Jesus! I was just messing with you. Why do you have to turn it into such a serious thing? IDK. It's fine, actually. Don't follow me. I know exactly why you don't. I'm just being shitty because I'm in a bad mood. I just made garbling noises. I know exactly why you don't. I'm just being shitty because I'm in a bad mood. You're right, of course. If it triggered discourse, I'd be the one that'd take most of the heat anyway. I just need to keep piecing my brand together the old-fashioned way. Old-fashioned? Like horse and carriage shit? Oh, that was a shitty honk. Let me try again. There we go. Yes, Abby, that's exactly what I mean. Like how people used to cultivate their social media platforms when everyone owned horses. What? Horses? What? I was fucking joking. I mean, just figure out what I'm trying to do or say here, and let people who are into that come to me naturally. The type of people who wouldn't give a fuck about what my past is like. I know you were joking. Could we please just let it go unsaid for once that we always both know when we're joking? We always joking. You get the shit. We are not We are not basic bitches. Yeah, I know you know. My dry response to you was also a joke, idiot. Can you cool it on the key mashing? I'm still fucking hungover, and it's the texting equivalent of listening to noisy traffic. Good morning, Izzy. Chaotic juxtaposition, Dharma. Huh? Auto-corrected key mash exclamation. To take the edge off for my poor and feeble friend. Oh. I do that sometimes. It is one of my good goofs, as you know. Whenever you do that, it's only funny to you. It's just confusing to everyone else. Yeah! Lime drew this one for me. Aren't Digimon evolutions only temporary? Or is that just the show? Apples are orbs. Oh, interesting. Turn me into an apple, redeem reward. 10,000 points. It's just confusing to everyone else. Nope, it's objectively hilarious to all involved. Has anyone ever not been confused when you do it? Well, if I even ever talk to anyone much but you. At least maybe we can agree on the notion of chaotic juxtaposition Dharma sounds pretty cool, whatever the fuck that even means. Fuck yeah. That's why I thought you might be bringing up a worthwhile topic, rather than continuing to destroy my morning with your useless brain garbage. Mal, morning. It's almost fucking 4, bitch. Good point, gotta get going. Okay. Any sign of you going back to work yet? Nah, thinking that job is toast for good. Shit, why? For a while I was hearing stuff from the owner about reopening the restaurant and getting ready for the summer, but I haven't heard back from her in weeks. I think she might have just given up on the whole idea. There will even be a tourist season and just left the fucking island. Or maybe she just got the Rona and died. Fuck. It's fine, I don't really care. Okay, but what about rent? You need me to send more money, or... No, I'm alright. I think I just won't even pay rent this time. I don't even give a fuck anymore. What's this idiot gonna do, evict me? Good luck with that, bro. Incredible attitude. I love you. Okay, I'm gonna eat some shit right now because I feel bad. You head to the kitchen, which isn't in much better shape than your bedroom. You pause to consider that the only reason it isn't quite as disastrous is because you spend so little time in here. You make occasional trips to peruse your scant supply of food or your copious supply of alcohol. Then, more often or not, it's right back to bed. The fridge is a total wasteland. It's hard to get out for grocery shopping. Sheltering in place has warped your lifestyle beyond recognition. Much easier to order shit, but money has been running low, and hitting Abby up for cash gets old. There's a pot of Kraft macaroni that you made, what, 5 days ago? And it looks like absolute shit, but it will have to do. You heat it up on the stove for a couple minutes, then bring it back... You heat it up on the stove for a couple of minutes, then bring it to the kitchen table for consumption directly out of the pot. You make a mental note that this depression meal life hack could make for some decent ironic TikTok content. No, needs some work. First, you would have to heat up the week-old macaroni, then to save time, you transport the pot outside and put the entire thing directly in a garbage can. Then to save even more time, you curl up into a nearby bush and patiently wait to pass away. Yeah, that sounds even better. Not today, though, because you already shot your TikTok shot. On second thought, the idea barely even counts as a joke. Realistically, this meal belongs nowhere except a dumpster. The macaroni is practically inedible. You force a few mouthfuls just for the sake of preventing some of your internal organs from shutting down due to malnutrition, and put it aside. What next? Oh yeah, might as well get an early start. This bottle of whiskey is already open anyway. That's because it's the same bottle you opened yesterday. Now that breakfast is over, it's time for phase 2 of the day to kick into gear. Keeping yourself alive is hard work. Making such a healthy breakfast every morning is really taxing, and it takes a lot out of you. A couple of spoons, as the emotionally brittle millennials like to call them. Right down the drain, just like that. Spoons is such a weird thing. I don't even know, like... I'm still completely unfamiliar with the, origins of spoons as a concept. My understanding is that it's like a blog post or something. When you're low on spoons, the only thing for it... When you're low on spoons, the only thing for it is to recharge with another session of mindless scrolling on your phone. But do you enjoy it? Hell no. But spoons don't grow on trees, and the invisible spoonometer, which probably floats over your head, seems to respond favorably to the practice. Scrolling. Some drama brewing over here, some discourse ramping up over there. Fuck these people. Absolutely fuck every single one of them and all the infantile shit they argue over. Oh! Thank you, Izzy. I didn't know. Trump did what now? Who fucking cares? Democracy is over. Moving on. Wait, what's this? Another senile rapist is challenging him for the presidency? Be still, your beating heart. Glug glug. I love this panel. It's evergreen. Your attention turns to the comments your post have been racking up. Even on old posts, there are always a few new replies to check out for a laugh. Candish Mandis. Lamau, do any of you disgusting sycophants even know who this bitch is? Do you know what she did? I'm going to assume that if you're willing to follow this cunt, it's only on account of ignorance. That if you continue to follow her after you see all the receipts, then I can only assume you're... Yeah. It's macaroni and cheese. Who's this bitch talking shit in your mentions? Oh no. Chill runs down your spine. This is one of the nightmare people who helped cancel you a few years ago. You thought she got bored of you, but it looks like she's at it again. She's working hard to dredge up your problematic past and make sure anyone who didn't realize you did that stuff stays well informed. What a service she's doing for the public. Spoons have been with us for so long. 20,000 years almost. Who's gonna be ready for the 20,000 year anniversary of Spoons? I'm excited. You simply block the vile harpy and continue scrolling. People like her tend to be hit and run trolls. Sure, it's still somewhat triggering to see them rear their heads every now and again, but it's pretty rare these days. The followers with the real staying power, of course, are the reply guys. The merry little band of lonely boys who flutter near your flame. Spoon party! A modest simp farm, as you've come to regard it. God bless them. That's the American dream, right? To own a nice little farm. You can herd anything on your quaint little plot of land. A humble patch of dirt that the founding fathers died to bequeath you. They died for your right to harvest simps. Maybe they weren't half bad. Oh no, they were. You're just an enterprising woman making the best of a series of ill-intended imperialist blunders which took place several centuries ago. Guess that's all anyone's doing, really. These boys, though, they aren't genocidal frauds who stain the history books of your public education. They're mostly just a bunch of harmless, randy fools. You're almost fond of them against your better judgment. You wonder how many members of this little flock happen to live here on this island. Probably nobody, since you have so few followers. I guess some of Abby's followers might live here, though. Actually, it's more than likely. Since Abby lives here too, she's probably got a few simps who are thrilled to be living on the same small island with such a sexy and popular influencer. Could the same basic principle apply to you on a smaller scale? Someone following you just because he happened to notice you're local? Not out of the question. You linger on the idea. Oh, I just noticed the little whale on her mug. It's cute. The 1,000 people who follow you, they like you, right? Ostensibly, this is why people follow each other. The hate which has chased you around has obscured this truth, but it seems likely that this is how normal people operate. That's kind of incredible for you to dwell on. That these people actually like you. It feels like a miracle that anyone would. You're certain that this list overwhelmingly consists of cishet males. You wonder how many of them are attractive. Can't possibly be more than a precious handful. You try to imagine these kings, these magnificent jewels in the rough. That they would bother following you, a complete loser and shithead with a bad attitude and even worse content, while they have the audacity to be good-looking and probably sensitive and misunderstood. You realize you're getting drunk enough to wonder if it's a good idea to reach out to your followers through a story post to see if anyone's nearby. Actually, that is not true. You don't wonder if it's a good idea. You're perfectly aware it isn't. What you mean is, you're getting drunk enough to know it's a bad idea, but do it anyway. Wow, really? Why waste another second bullshitting yourself about it? You know you're going to end up caving to yourself in the mental debate, so you just cut to the chase and do it. Prepare a cunning thirst trap, and post it to your story. You check your DMs, and within minutes, you collect about a dozen messages, all from the usual simpy suspects. Guys you were expecting a reply from, no matter where they live. Really predictable shit going on here. If any of my followers live on this piece of shit island, hit me up. Something about this dude's face and demeanor pisses you off for reasons you can't put your finger on, so you block him. Most of these replies are completely useless. I am in Brazil, but visiting as soon as I can. Hang on. One guy here says he's from Brookline, Massachusetts. That's not far off, actually. There's something to work with here. No, I think that's Pranksis. I'd say so. Well, no, actually, Pranksis requires intent to deceive. You were just accidentally based. Much depends on how invested this guy is. Maybe you can rope him into coming to the island soon. Ferry schedules vary throughout the year, but there's practically always one departing from Giannis, which is probably about an hour's drive from Brookline. Maybe you can even make the trip today if his desperation level's high enough. But then, it all depends on whether he's worth bothering with, doesn't it? It's quite a puzzle thinking about the factors in play. if he's hot enough, his desperation index could be very low. It might be like pulling teeth to get him down here, which would kill the impulsive allure of this dumb shit stunt. But if he's a ghoul, you could probably get him to swim here. But then, if that's the case, why would you go to such lengths to debase yourself like this? A ghoul. Why indeed? It's an internally rhetorical question. Of course you would. Your thoughts turn again to your idle, dear, sweet post. A complete swamp goblin of a man, and yet, if he were in your kitchen right now, you have no doubt you'd ravage the poor fellow, and he'd probably be afraid of you. It would probably be better if he were afraid of you. Damn. Your secret wish is that one day you hope to strike sexual intimidation into the heart of an American singer, songwriter, rapper, record producer, and actor known for his introspective songwriting and laconic vocal style. Not that you'd ever make such controversial remarks out loud. Not again, anyway. Not if you hope to have a brand someday. Fuck it, you say. You only get to ruin your life once, or sometimes, many times in rapid succession. But if that's the case, you like to think of it all as one long, grand act of ruination. And if you're really committed to daisy-chaining a series of life-hobbling mistakes together, you might as well make it count. Brookline's not too far. Yeah. Just a drive and then a ferry. Yeah, I've never been there. Okay, don't really care. OMG, stop fucking typing, person, you clown. God, over there writing a goddamn graduate thesis, like a complex, well-articulated response is gonna mean fucking shit to me. Okay. Insane. Who do you think you are? I don't know, just a guy who likes your content? My content is fucking trash, and do you know it? Not really. You look good. Percy. Dumb name. Sounds like the name of a cuck. I'm not really getting this. Do you really mean all these insults? Or is this part of a... Is this what you're into? Jesus Christ, Percy, shut the fuck up! I still have no idea if this is a good idea, or if you're a waste of my fucking time. Haha, alright. I'm just gonna choose not to take any of this personally, since you can't possibly know enough about me to form meaningfully negative opinions. Holy fucking shit! We go to Lady Killer over here! Percy, I'm flying through the panties! They just keep getting soaked due to your amorous repartee! Wow. Moron. Can you just send me a pic already? Oh, yeah, hang on. This selfie is corn as fuck. Fail. Bad. Sorry? Those ellipses you put before sorry are also corny. Don't get cute with me. Like, fuck, I'm not getting it. Do you think you're useful or whatever? Or charming? Like, you don't matter. Your little idiosyncrasies and quirks of personality do not matter. Take off your fucking shirt. Barf. Wow. You aren't going to upset me. I get it now. You just like talking shit. It's your thing. That's cool. Go ahead and tell me how bad I look. I can take it. No, cuck. I'm not fucking with you. You just literally just made me laugh so hard I puked in my macaroni. Okay. That's not true, but good one. You did! That dumb fuck face. Your simp-ass boy Casanova face. Oh my god. Dipshit, you're so dumb! I allow those so much I barfed. Also, I drank too much. Well, you definitely do seem drunk, but I still don't believe you. I don't think you barfed. I think you're just saying that for comical effect. To own me, if you will. To own me, if you will. Jerking off. Hahaha. You suck so bad, Purse. Perthy, little shirtless baby boy from Bookline. Percy, Simpy Pickery nips out. Mommy would be so proud of you and your little nippies. Check this out, stupid. Probably just googled that. Nope, look. Oh, okay, I believe you. Pooped. Good one. Are you alright though? No, ma'am, this isn't happening. What isn't? We aren't bobbing over my fucking macaroni puke like this isn't a moment we're having. We aren't becoming friends, and you aren't going to fuck me. Bye, Purse. The shenanigan is complete, you suppose. It can be a rush to pull a stunt like this for reasons you couldn't really explain, but the rush is always short-lived. What soon fills the void that leaves behind is the unmistakable feeling of self-loathing and disgust. It's all a joke, isn't it? Your life, your brand. Come to think of it, you're not sure which of those two words is more deserving of derisive quotes. Maybe your quest to build a brand is childish. More vainglorious clout-seeking, contributing to the loud and labored rasp of Western civilization's last dinosaurial gasp. Maybe you should just delete all your accounts. It's not the first time you've had this thought, but it will be the last. The last thought you have before you pass out, that is. Bonk. I was just thinking about you, Selkie. That's insane. I was like, I sure hope Selkie's here to see this. I love how Z is framed here as like Riotous' clown nose. It's so good. Your work is unfinished. Yeah, fucking Clark Powell did such a good job with this soundtrack. I really like her music. That was a hell of a dream. You haven't had one like that in years. Not since all that terrible stuff was happening in your life. Not since your dad was sick and you were deliriously hammering away at your manifesto. So it's not surprising that the dream included both. You hate dreaming about him. Always with the body horror shit. And then at the end, the strange man floating in space. The ephemeral muse himself. That's the name of the track. Could he really be back? Wait, what time is it? Oh god, it's dark. How long did you black out? Looks like Abby's already tried messaging you a couple of times. Your head hurts and your mouth still tastes like cheese-flavored barf. Interesting. Wow, you look like fucking shit. Thanks. Everything okay? I puked in a pot of macaroni and fell asleep for a few hours. Now it's dark. Really productive day all around. Oh yeah. I also have some vague recollection of tormenting a semi-local simp who slid into my DMs. Slid? I saw your fucking thirst trap, fool. It seemed unusually desperate even by your standards. Made me worry. So you started pelting my unconscious body with chat invites. It's cool, you're my mom now. Well, somebody has to be. The hag who physically birthed you fucked off, right? The fucking off was mutual. When was the last time she talked to you? Not since the incident. That's scary. That's a scary time. .25x? Horrifying. Works fine for me. You can be my mom. You're hotter and have much more clout anyway. True, true. As if I could spare a single precious second of my day for ugly bitches. Lamau. Whereas ugly men are obviously a different story. Obviously. Is Post Malone still your lock screen? Yeah. You've got the shit all backwards. The nasty NSFW art should be your lock screen, and Post should be the unlock. So much more embarrassing and obscene if anybody catches you in public with Post on your phone. So you've said. You're right, of course, but I don't give a shit. I love him. He's a sublime gargoyle, an exquisite heap of human garbage, the perfect affront to all my senses. Your taste is so bad. Thank you for the follow, Selkie. You're completely unfathomable. It's like you need a 0 or a 10 and that's it. Anything between and you're like contemptuously asexual. Not inaccurate. What about the simp you were toying with? How'd he look? Average, a little below maybe. Real uncanny valley stuff, totally standard reply boy fare. He might have been nice though? I don't remember. They're always nice. Doesn't mean shit. I know. You said he's local? You going anywhere with this or pulling the plug? The latter, I'm sure. Maybe you should modify your standards a bit and reel him in. You're in fucking quarantine lockdown, Abby. So? This is all kinda overblown. We aren't supposed to, like, go to concerts and shit? And get sneezed on by huge groups of people or whatever. I don't see much harm in hanging out with a few people on an individual basis from time to time. And by this, you mean... What, you think? I haven't been keeping myself entertained? I still have people over all the time. Pretty dumb shit, Abs. What, are you surprised to hear you're still an atrocious slut? Not at all. But your parents are supposed to be the ones claimed by the boomer remover, not you. Remember when we were calling it the boomer remover? I remember. There's no fiction that takes place during this segment of time. This is like the only work I've seen that like actually takes place during lockdown. And it's such like a particular point. I guess there was that like movie. There's that movie that came out. It's got like Joaquin Phoenix in it, I think. But I haven't seen it. You can't just die off before you take all their money. Please don't do that to me. I'll be fine. I'll get a little cough and that's it. Big deal. Oh, wait. Maybe then I can infect them. Oh, actually, now you're using your fucking brain for once. Seriously, though. When's the last time you hooked up with anybody? I seem to remember you were very busy, what, last summer? Guess that was the last time. I haven't really been in the mood since then. You kept updating me on the revolving door of your weird dudes you were picking up from the restaurant. Interesting. I think I've had COVID twice, but not in the past, like, 1.5 years, 2 years. When I was working, I had a job that had me in contact with a lot of people, and so I got sick. I was in one of the earlier waves of vaccinations, though. So I didn't get as sick as I could have. I missed that. The stories were so good. Oh, my tonsils were removed when I was a kid. Yeah, I was a real circus in here for a while, but I don't need that shit like... Sorry, I don't need shit like that in my life at the moment. Huh. Did your boss even know you were picking up her gross male customers? As far as I know, she never found out. Oh, I just realized I could do something with the avatar here. Oh, that's really good. And that way, now my little Apple stem just covers the username, but you can see the comment. And I overlap the, I overlap with Psycholonials a little bit. I overlap with the window a little bit. Yeah. I think it gave me some brain damage, unfortunately. More than I already had. Doesn't matter, she's dead now anyway. What? Did you hear something, or...? No, that's just the reality I've chosen to believe in. Pretty sure I'm quitting that job even if she reappears. I don't give a fuck anymore. Is it a circle? Good move. I highly recommend not having a job and never planning to have one in the future ever. Based, and I also recommend this. You're rich. I also highly recommend being rich. I'm not rich. Working on it. Not hard enough, apparently. You got a straight shot to the riches right here, bitch. Just marry into my fortune. Won't even make you sign a prenup. That sounds super generous, but no thanks. I want to make my millions the honest way, by helping you rip off your parents. Like an apple. Perhaps. Yeah, but all that does is give me their money. Where's that leave you without the marriage certificate, huh? Oh, that's easy. You'll just give it to me because you wanna. I mean, yeah, probably. See, I'll miss that restaurant if you never go wait tables there again. I won't. It's where we met, remember? Yep. Why didn't you pick me up that day, huh? Why'd you have to friend zone me so hard? Fucking brutal. Because you're an ugly rich cunt and I probably thought you looked smelly that day. Bullshit. You dragged in every sewer creature you waited on back then to your place. And you have the audacity to call me a slut. You are. So are you. I'm really not a slut per se, so much as a person with an especially punitive set of self-harming patterns. Damn. Well, if you hate yourself so much, why not self-harm a bit with me sometime? Because I'm a filthy homophobe. This is a matter of public record, remember? No, you're not. Sure I am. I hate gays. No, you don't. Well, you're gay and I hate you. I'm not even gay. You're gay enough. Don't erase my bisexuality. I'll erase whatever the fuck I want. Wow, I like it. If we ever actually slept together, I'd fucking annihilate your bisexuality. You'd become a permanent lesbian. Whoa! Z! This is getting out of hand. This will never happen, Abby. I'm deeply committed to being a problematically homophobic, heterosexual piece of shit who sometimes enjoys the company of ambiguously reptilian men. Besides, you're my mom, remember? Oh yeah, can't exactly fuck my mom, now can I? I'm deep enough into this cancellation purgatory as it is. Yeah, I'd never do that to you. As my daughter, you are my responsibility. Hey, seeing as we now clearly no longer care about quarantine so that I can catch this disease ASAP and kill my parents, why don't you come over tonight? I can cook something for you. Probably something better than macaroni barf. I don't know. Come on, my place is huge and expensive and extremely empty. Doesn't that sound better than wallowing in your nasty little depression cave? I guess. Maybe we could snap some content by the beach tomorrow. You know how the Sims always love the beach shit. Yeah, but I don't think I'll be putting out content like that anymore. I'm thinking of revamping my whole brand. Oh? Yeah, I just had this crazy fucking dream. It was so wild. I think my subconscious was trying to tell me something important. I don't know if it's a good idea, technically, but I think I'm obligated to do it now. The shit was just too powerful to write off. Do what? Remember my manifesto? Oh god, that thing? Yeah, I know, it's all pretty out there, but I think there's something to work with there. Well, if it gets you to come over here and helps you pull yourself together, then I'm all for it. I support you no matter what. What a pal. The true test of friendship is the true test of friendship is if you can humor each other's manifestos. Well, you humor mine, don't you? Oh yeah, I'm all about fucking the truth of Jim Cook's secret romance. It's G-Cook, actually. But yes, thank you for your crucial support. I will say, your place is the fucking bomb. Do you think your parents will vacation there again this summer? Or are they Rona spooked like everyone else? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they hunkered down at the family compound all summer. Good riddance if so. Still amazes me that they're okay with you just squatting in their $10 million vacation home, like, permanently. The fuck are they even gonna do about it? I have the keys, and I'm a grown woman who does as she pleases. No arguing with that. But they must feel like they're getting a great return on that Harvard business degree they bought you. Yeah, fuck that. I'm doing some numbers, motherfuckers. My brand is popping. Why'd I say it like that? Something tells me they're unimpressed with your meteorically accumulated clout. Yeah, they take a huge boomer shit on all over it any chance they get. I really wonder what they, like, wanted? What were they picturing? I'd leave school and slide into the Amazon VP spot or some shit? They probably could have made something like that happen for you if they were so inclined. If you were so inclined. I mean, maybe? But what the fuck do they think business is? I'm doing business here. People like my brand. This is how you make shit happen. Like, I can build on this to do whatever. Like, later. I didn't even need my fucking degree. At least you finished it. Mine mainly served the purpose of staving off their massive disappointment. Which mainly served the purpose of staving off their massive disappointment in you. Instead, they're only mildly disappointed. Yeah, I'm sorry about all that. It's alright. I ended up saving them a lot of money by psychologically imploding halfway through. MIT is actually super expensive if you weren't aware. Oh yeah, one time my parents looked into buying it. I meant the tuition, you buffoon. I know! God. Z, remember we promised to always know when we were joking? Oh yeah. Anyway, it's not like they had the kind of money that your parents did to throw out an expensive education. They had to work hard for that, as they reminded me often. I'll be an eternal failure to them, which means they're failures too. Oh well, the problem half solved itself, so who really gives a fuck? Huh? I strongly recommend having at least one dead parent. Oh. I'm gonna take a drink of coffee. Two is ideal, but what can you do? Aside from contemplating casual biological warfare? Yeah. My mom would never succumb to the Rona, though. Not her style. Still so funny to me that your plan to get away from all that life drama was to come over here, of all places. All melodramatically like, fuck this life! I'm running away to an island! Which makes you think of like a remote island in the Pacific or something. Yeah, I mean, that was the plan. At one point I was looking at Guam, then I settled on Fiji as the ideal getaway place, but that didn't really pan out. Fiji sounds nice. Yeah, Fiji's the fucking shit. Anyway... Sorry. I don't know where the word anyway even came from. Is that even on this page? Nope. But then you just hopped on a ferry to like the nearest island possible. It was cheap. Poor, remember? Lol. You think she still keeps up with you? Like spies on your accounts? I'm sure Mom has no idea that you even exist. It was almost a moot point, though. Before my insane dream, I was just thinking about deleting them all. What? Yeah, I get that way sometimes. Aside from my crazy ideas, which should probably never see the light of day, I'm actually just so fucking boring. No, you're so funny! You are such an untapped resource. It's a crime you've been going to waste. I know you've been through some shit, but there are ways to rebound from that. Yeah, but I still agonize stupidly. And I wonder if I should just question the source of this torment. The internet is fucking insane. It just sits there as a bedeviling temptation. This massive, ominously humming well of satanic potential, just like beckoning you constantly. And if you aren't using it in some way to make something of yourself or elevate your identity somehow, it makes you feel like you're wasting a huge opportunity or something, or even wasting your life. It's like you were just saying, like, I'm so funny and therefore it's a waste if I just fucking log off? But a waste of what? The system makes me feel like I'm wasting a resource by withholding myself from the system. But what if the system is what's wasting me? Damn. So maybe I should just listen to the sane voices in my head instead of listening to the insane ones. Like, forget that weird dream, just delete all this shit, and try to get my life together in a more normal way. That's all totally fair. I hear you, but even if you wanted to go full normie, it's not like society is even functioning normally now anyway. God damn it, you're right. Not trying to invalidate you here, just saying, like, wait, hang on. Before you decide on anything, I want to show you something. Oh shit, you just followed me on Maine? Yeah. You sure you're ready to take this kind of heat? I did it just after we talked. I felt like a fucking tool, but no one's even noticed yet. Maybe it'll never even come up. Yeah, you're a paranoid bitch. So am I, maybe. Probably been overthinking this. Also, I decided something else. If you really do decide to relaunch your brand, even if it is just a bunch of crazy shit, I'll give you some shoutouts. I don't care if people think it's weird. That's what friends do. They support each other. Wow. Don't worry about figuring it out now, though. Just come over. I'm bored and I miss you and I need to eat something real for a change. Alright, I'll head over. Yay! Oh, but don't drive drunk. Get a lift or something. Or I can just pick you up. Don't worry, Mom. I'm fine. The nap sobered me up. You promise? Yeah. Okay, heading out. You killed the video chat. It leaves a loud silence behind. Maybe it's the sound of the ominously humming well of satanic potential you just described to your friend. A sound you can hear all the time, but only now are paying close attention to. Everything you said to her was true, of course. You believe it with every fiber of your being. The internet is evil. You have always known this, and the louder the silence gets, the more you begin to wonder if it's the only thing you've ever truly believed with any real passion. Aside from all this, of course. Alright, maybe you aren't as sober as you led Abby to believe. Still, you should be good to drive. You grab your manifester. Your manifester. Your manifester. Ow. You grab your manifesto. You'll need to spend a few days brushing up on the material if you're serious about this, which you're still not sure if you are yet, but it won't hurt to bring it along and start reading. Your manifester. As you exit your apartment, you can't shake the feeling that everything is about to change. Maybe it's the fact that you haven't been out in a long time. Leaving your depression nest tonight carries the uncanny feeling of stepping into the unknown. You're glad you took your manifesto, if only because leaving empty-handed would make you feel vulnerable. As it stands, you suppose this is the closest thing to a weapon you've ever had. Alright, it's time for peek. Good job getting the service weapon. I mean, this is bad. Violence against cops is illegal, and you shouldn't do it. I do not condone. Disavow, 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 disavow. She did! Apocalypse Now reference, wow. I always liked how the hair was drawn in this frame. I tried to study it once. Yeah, this is about getting your life together. This definitely wasn't the beginning of some, like, horrible shit happening. I haven't listened to the end of chapter music enough. I forgot how good it was. Interlude 1. So you just killed a cop and dumped his car into the ocean. Nice going, genius. The cold hand of justice will close around your throat soon enough. Whatever it is that justice even means these days. Maybe justice is what happens whenever people with power manage to punish whoever was trying to fight back a little for once. Maybe that's why you need a little more power of your own. Enough power to claim justice is what's happening when you're the one settling the score. Or maybe what you need is even simpler than that. Maybe what you need is the power of choice. So what will you do, Chen? You're a fugitive. And it seems the only two choices are available. You can turn yourself in, or you can run. Run like the wind and hide. Find Abby, dry yourself off, bury yourself in your work, and figure it all out later. Which will it be? Which one should we go for? I want Izzy to do this. Yeah, pick one. I'm calling you out specifically, because I don't think you've read Psycholonials before. Alright, let's go. Sorry, I should have mentioned. The ability to make meaningful choices in this story can only be unlocked by a true successor. Unfortunately, that's not you, not quite yet at least. Don't worry, though. I'll check in again after you've made a little more headway with this mess you've gotten yourself into. I had to. Until then, do whatever comes naturally, I guess. I'm sure it'll all work out. Lamau. Chapter 2 of 9, Pranksis. Okay. I'm gonna take a little break. Get some more hydration. Perhaps a snack. Maybe even actual food, because I think I forgot to eat lunch. I'll be back in however long it takes me to do that. I'll try to keep it to like 15-20 minutes. Don't kill each other. I'm back. Hello. Did anybody die while I was gone? Good morning. Aw. That's a shame. Okay. That makes sense. Two office building emojis. Aw. I ate all my food. And I'm ready to read chapter 2. So let's go. You stand soaked and freezing, alone at the steamboat wharf at night. You just checked Uber and no drivers are currently available, which you could have guessed might be the case at this hour during a pandemic. Maybe you didn't fully think this plan through. No, you shouldn't second guess what you did just because of some momentary sogginess. You review the facts. A nasty cop fired a bullet at an unarmed drunk girl who just crashed into a tree. The bullet missed, but traveled directly through her painstakingly written manifesto, which really might as well have been like taking a bullet straight through the heart. What sort of author would you be if you didn't feel that way? So you did what had to be done. You checked the dead cop for a body camera, but he didn't appear to be wearing one. You're not sure if the sleepy NPD even uses those. Well, you thought they were sleepy at least. You guess all police forces in quiet summer colonies seem sleepy until the bullets start flying towards drunk girls armed to the teeth with manifestos. But that squad car surely had a dashboard camera, so you had to do something. What were you going to do? Shoot the gas tank and blow up the car? That probably only works in movies. And the water is right there. You're completely surrounded by the stuff, actually. Now the only evidence linking you to the scene is your wrecked car, registered to your name, in the immediate vicinity of a dead cop without a squad car. Okay, that sounds pretty incriminating when you put it that way. You'll have to think about how to handle that. But more importantly, you really need to get out of here. You check your Uber one more time. It says there's a ride available 6 minutes away. That's a relief. It'll give you some time to improvise an alibi. You dial 911 and think about what you're going to say before hitting the dial button. The dispatcher picks up and asks about your emergency. You try to sound calm because it's not a real emergency, not when it comes to the role you're playing right now. You're still cozy and warm in your apartment. You just don't know where your car is. Hey, I don't know if this is a real emergency. I just didn't know where else to call. I'm pretty sure my car was stolen today. The dispatcher goes through the motions, asking for your name and other relevant information. No reason to hold anything back. You want them to know who you are so they can rule you out when they find the body and the wreck. You then continue weaving your improvised story. Yeah, so I think it might have been my abusive ex-boyfriend. He's been snooping around lately, and he has a spare set of keys. The fucker never gave them back to me. Neighbor. The dispatcher asks about him. Damn, you didn't think this far ahead. You continue spinning. Oh, his name. Sorry, I don't know. I'm pretty scared of him. Not sure if I want to be on the record ratting him out. Don't you have, like, some witness protection shit I can do? The dispatcher explains that isn't really how this works. But they can send an officer over in the morning so you can file a police report. Oh, wow. No, I don't think, really need to end this call soon before the wheels completely fall off this attempted alibi. Hey, can I text photos to you? To 911 or the police? How do I do that? The dispatcher provides a number to text, and you hang up. Your mind races for the right play. You panic, and you send the most recent photo which comes to mind. That was probably not the best idea. Maybe you should have just hung up after saying you were scared to give his name. You just had to go further with this bullshit. Witness protection program? What the hell was that? Oh well, it's done. It's a small wrinkle in your alibi, but you think you've easily done enough to leave the police feeling confused about what happened tonight. Your Uber's here. Not a moment too soon. You're freezing and exhausted. Somehow, role-playing on the phone with the first responder has been more psychologically draining than exchanging gunfire with one. Oh, this is such a good track. Whoa, I can't believe you actually came. I've just been watching my phone all night waiting for you to tell me you can't make it after all. Get in here. There's plenty to eat. I made... Z, are you okay? Why are you so wet? You look soaked. Oh, yeah, I fell in a puddle on the way over. Well, you were right. I was too drunk to drive, so I just took an Uber. It's hard to find a ride at this time of night. Oh, yeah, I bet. So you fell in a puddle? And got soaked head to toe? It was a big fucking puddle. Jesus. So why don't you go clean up? You can grab anything from my room to change into something dry. Yeah, dry sounds good. Okay, well, I'll be right here. I'll heat you up some dinner when you get back. Oh god, you poor thing. You're having such a rough day, aren't you? Don't worry. You made the right call coming over. I'll take care of you. Thanks, Mom. You can't bring yourself to tell her yet. Tonight was too much. You just need in the evenings to unwind without making Abby freak out over your cop murder. You're sure you'll get around to telling her later, but if you can think of the right way to break it to her. Sorry, if you can think about the right way to break it to her. She's been too good of a friend to saddle her with the disastrous karma you can't seem to avoid stockpiling. Or perhaps you aren't stockpiling karma so much as dharma. Maybe it's some chaotic juxtaposition of those two concepts. Maybe you've been key mashing your whole way through life, and only now is your soul reaping the autocorrected consequences of this haphazard practice. Gotta ditch this. You stash this in one. You stash it in one of the bottom drawers, underneath some junk. She'll probably never look in here. You guess you could have tossed the gun too, sent it into a watery grave along with the squad car, but you're technically a fugitive. You trust the future even less than you did at the start of the day. There's no guarantee you won't need this again later. You didn't ask for this shit. Yeah, you guess you shouldn't have been driving drunk. But why should that mean you're suddenly dodging bullets from one of NPD's finest? Whatever, the pig is dead. But you know the matter isn't done with. Sorry. But you know the matter isn't done with you by a long shot. It'll keep haunting you unless you start fighting back. This was the gift the parted officer gave you tonight. Fuck, I'm tripping over myself even though I'm trying to read slowly. An albatross that'll hang around your neck for the rest of your life. But you suddenly decide not to see it that way. The true gift he gave you was resolve. You're so pissed about it, now you know you're on the right track. Your ambivalence about rebooting your brand is completely gone now. In its place is the same rage and disgust which led you to write your manifesto in the first place. Rage and disgust for injustice, for the systemic evils of this nation, for which weakness and compliance, for the weakness and compliance which quell the righteous outrage of its citizens. And now, several years after its completion, there's even more to be mad about. Persecution from the miserable wretches online who cancelled you, the ensuing mental breakdown which caused your life to spiral until you ended up on this island. And now on top of all of that, an almost certain shitstorm brewing from law enforcement once they start piecing together what happened tonight. Well, they can do their worst. All the dirtbags out there can have at you soon enough, because you won't be hiding for much longer. Your brand is about to get a very serious facelift, and once you step into the spotlight again, from now on people are going to find it a lot harder to ignore what you have to say. You and Abby have a lot of work to do tomorrow. The next day. Your name is Abby. It's pronounced exactly as it's spelled, so that's made life pretty easy for you. Another thing that's made life easy is the fact that your parents are rich. Rich doesn't really do it justice, though. Most people who vacation on this island for the summer are rich, relative to the average American citizen. Your parents are billionaires. Not the kind that barely qualify. 1 billion has 10 digits, but they didn't seem to stop at 10. Society was more than happy to oblige. They own the house you live in, which represents a minuscule rounding error in the grand scheme of their total net worth. Easy to forget about most of the year, and they probably would if you didn't live here year-round. Growing up, you formed memories of this place strictly as a summer home. But after college, you decided to move in here permanently. Mostly because it keeps them out of your hair. It's not the most convenient place to visit, so they never bother until the summer rolls around. And this year, it's looking more and more like the summer, as you once understood it, never will. It's roughly 9 a.m., and you've just woken up. Later than yesterday, but that's okay. You were up late last night tending to your beleaguered friend, and even popular influencers need to sleep in sometimes. Your bedroom is tidy, and you always notice if it isn't. You make sure to keep it that way, to reflect well on your brand whenever this room is used as your backdrop for your content. Ordinarily, you'd reach for your smartphone first thing in the morning, after an extensive routine of cooking, breakfast, exercising, and feeding your beautiful horse. But right after all that, you go to your phone to check out the action surrounding your exceedingly well-trafficked accounts. But for whatever reason, today feels a little different. Instead, you decide to take in the environment. As a thoughtful influencer, you can't spend too much time tweaking the appearance of the lifestyle you sell to the adoring public. Nothing is left to chance. Your posters are carefully chosen and arranged to broadcast the preferred aesthetic to your crowd, and that aesthetic turns out to be a simple composite of your interests. Which, judging from this wall, appears to be BTS, horses, and, well, that's about it. Your mind is a train that chugs along precisely 2 narrow rails. You'd be almost embarrassed about the single-mindedness of your enjoyments, but what can you say? You like what you like, and you make no excuses. Your fans are nothing if not supportive of these twin obsessions. Get a little closer to a hanging graphic depicting your favorite boys. It's hard to resist basking in their glow every now and again. BTS is an extremely popular K-pop group, and you are a vocal member of the ARMY, which is what the fandom calls itself. You estimate you spend the majority of your waking hours contemplating these 7 extraordinarily beautiful boys. Your bio says you're bisexual, but you often like to joke in your posts that you like women as well as exactly 7 men, and that's it. You're also an avid Jikook truther, which is to say, you strongly believe that Jimin and Jungkook are secretly in love with each other, but you don't consider this a theory, or even a particularly well-kept secret. The evidence is overwhelming, and those who refuse to concede to these stone-cold facts are blind, delusional charlatans. You've even written a manifesto on the subject, which you've told Z before is something only crazy people do, but you are the one exception to that rule, since when it comes to this subject, you aren't crazy at all. Your eyes are wide open. Your wide open eyes wander to another poster featuring a number of majestic stallions. What else is there to say on the matter? You just plain fucking love horses. Enough said? Yeah, you think so. Horses kick ass. The end. You meander toward your desk. Mostly cosmetic and hair supplies live here, plus some other silly stuff to keep things fun whenever you stream content from this station. Little conversation pieces, things for your fans to notice and comment on. Nothing from any fandom you're particularly interested in, per se, but you are mindful of the interests of your followers, and you like to throw them little bones here and there. Okay. But when you're not streaming, or doing yourself up for shoots, this here is the main reason you find yourself at this desk. You primarily use this laptop to write your fics. Lately, it's all RPF stories dedicated to exploring the alternate universe lives of your 7 favorite boys. Many of these fics get pretty racy. None of your fans have the slightest idea this is one of your hobbies. You keep a pretty tight lid on the habit since it's frowned upon in many fandom circles, to say the least. Okay, the truth is you think you'd get crucified if it got out. But you're not much like Z, and you don't throw caution to the wind as she has in the past. Your brand is a tight ship. Well, except when it comes to effusively sharing your sexual exploits with followers. In that sense, it's quite a loose ship. But when it comes to writing fiction, that's a whole different can of worms, and heads will understandably roll if the wrong types of online stories were to be associated with your name. Here's your horse. His name is David Hasselhoof. Your parents got him for you as a high school graduation present when he was just a wobbly-legged little colt. That makes him almost 10 years old now. When you graduated from Harvard, the first thing you did was make plans to transport David to the island where you could reunite with him and tend to him on your own in the summer home. He is by far your favorite family member, the essence of quiet strength and loyalty. As for the silly name, it came with a horse. You had never even heard of David Hasselhoff before you got him. You assume it's a pop cultural reference that boomers would get worked up about. But the way you saw it, who were you to fault them for their pop references? God knows you're prone to indulging in the references held dear by you and your peers, so you can't possibly begrudge your elders the same simple joy. Besides, you thought the name was cute. Your phone's buzzing. Who could this be? Oh, it's Z starting a video chat. Not out of the ordinary, but quite ridiculous in this context, considering she slept in your house last night. What Hey, you're awake. Kinda. Why don't you come downstairs? I'll make you something. Check out this bitch who can't seem to stop feeding me. What did I even do to deserve this bed and breakfast shit? You do realize I suck, right? You've been living a very unhealthy lifestyle. I just want to help you recuperate before you sink back into your den of despair. I don't know if I'll be going back anytime soon. Your parents' bed is super comfy. I must say, I enjoy rolling around on its extravagant expanse, getting my stank all over it. I feel like I'm marking my territory. I'm glad you're amusing yourself in there. I pissed in it, actually, to really get the job done. No, you didn't. Sure I did. Please tell me you didn't actually pee in my parents' bed. Well, no. Not yet, at least. I do have to pee kinda bad, though. Oh my fucking god, will you get the fuck out of there? Come on, we're in the same house, this is dumb. Let's hang out. Tell me all about your big plans. Oh yeah, that shit. I almost forgot why I made the harrowing journey to your manor. Yes, I know, you risked life and limb to get here and fell in a huge puddle. I'm hanging up now, come downstairs. Whose dick do you have to suck to get a mimosa around here? Mine. Well, if I must. But if that's how it's gotta be, then your bed and breakfast is about to get a Yelp review for the ages. Why don't you hold off on the booze for a while? It's not even 10 a.m. Here, I'll fix you some orange juice. What? I thought this was a brunch. That's how you do brunch, right? Yesterday, you were so drunk you were barfing in your macaroni and falling into puddles. Oh yeah. Just slow it down. My parents have a wine cellar which you can feel free to raid tonight. Wow, nice. Yelp review just got a lot better. Good enough to bury the tawdry dick-sucking lead, at least. Lol. So, speaking of last night and falling into puddles, what about it? Well, you were completely soaked last night. But I noticed your manuscript was dry. Yeah, so I lost my balance, and I could tell I was heading right for that puddle. Huge puddle. Yeah. And I didn't want my thing to get wet, because, like, printing out another one would just be a fucking pain. So as I was falling, I used my quarterback arm and, like, launched it to safety. And splash! Down I go. I see. Truly. Go, lies, my warriors. Why is there a hole in it? Oh, that's a hell of a story. Looks like a bullet hole. Yeah, it is. I shot my own fucking manifesto. Huh? You mean last night? No. This was like years ago when I finished the thing. I remember my whole mental breakdown? Oh, damn. I mean, yeah, you've told me the story, but guess not all of it? The day I finished that thing coincided almost exactly with when all that was going down. Like when my dad died and I dropped out of school and then completely fell apart and said all that crazy shit online. I also finished my manifesto and I guess I, shot it due to going nuts. Jesus. Well, you're the one who tells me only crazy people write manifestos. Is it really that surprising that I pop a cap in my own magnum opus? I guess not. I have to admit, I feel kind of crazy maintaining my own manifesto, but I don't think I'd ever shoot it. That just means you can't be all that passionate about it. Oh, excuse me, but that is bullshit. I mean every word of it with all my heart. You should read it. Wow, double clown posture. More hydration, honk. I just drank most of this cup of water. Abs, I'm not reading your sordid K-pop manifesto. Aw, why not? I'm trying to understand your stuff and help you with it. Because you don't need to sell me on anything. If you say that your boys Jim Cook are fucking each other, then I'll believe you. But there's so much to it. Yeah, and I believe it. Just let those boys be in love, you know? Good for them. I don't need it proven through your painstaking academic rigors. Okay, fair enough. Meanwhile, unlike you, I am intellectually curious enough to delve into another woman's delirious manifesto. Oh, you read it? A few pages. That is, what little I could glean around the gaping bullet hole. So, what do you think? Well, it's unsurprisingly quite intense. I'd expect nothing less. It's also very, what? Clown heavy? Yeah, it's all about clowns. Wasn't this all just inspired by your Juggalo phase? I don't know about that. There are a lot of inspirational forces that went into this. Mostly, all of this shit came to me in a series of increasingly psychotic dreams in the run-up to my mental breakdown. That's pretty hardcore. Now you want to turn whatever this is into your new brand? Yep, fully committed to it. I'm fully committed to it now, on a fucking mission. Well, cool. I mean, I remember you were talking about it before, but it was always in the vague context of some crazy thing you wrote, not something you actually wanted to do something with. So if I'm going to help you out, maybe you can explain it to me a little more. Hold on just a moment, I'll be right back. Sorry for getting up again. My nose was being weird, so I had to go, like, apply lotion and shit. I kept needing to, like, itch it. I don't know what was going on there. But I'm back. This is a documentary. I mean, I remember you talking about it before, but it was always in the vague context of some crazy thing you wrote, not something you actually wanted to do something with. So, if I'm going to help you out, can you maybe explain it to me a little more? Mostly, it's just a bunch of revolutionary rhetoric about how America and capitalism sucks and must be destroyed. Naturally. But the socialist rhetoric is repackaged to be like super clowny. Well, who doesn't love a nice clown? Fucking nobody. So that's it? There's a lot of radical left-wing philosophy plus like everybody gets to be a clown? Basically. But there's a lot more to it. There's also tons of lore. Lore? Yeah, that's what my feverish dreams provided mostly. It's so much shit. I talk about where these ideas come from. The Jubilites originated on the planet Whimsifay. Whoa, a planet? So the Jubilites are, like, alien clowns? Yeah, and, well, they were. Their civilization died millions of years ago, and their founder has been communicating to me through dreams. Not literally, I mean. I know they're just dreams, but that's what the lore says. Whimsify. That's how it's pronounced. But it's spelled Whimsiphae. I was pronouncing it wrong. Whimsify. Well, oh, cool. I didn't know it was this deep. I guess this was just a whole creative writing project then? Not just a crazy manifesto? Oh no, it's still crazy as fuck. But yeah, it runs very deep. I just think with my new brand, I'll just release the whole thing sequentially and like in little bits, a few pages at a time. Okay, so where do we start? Well, obviously the first thing I'm gonna need is a new clown sona. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, clowns are fun as shit. That's the whole point of them. Somehow. That's how I envision rebooting my brand. I just start the fuck over. Then I come out with a clown soda and I'm like, hey, this is me now. I'm a fucking clown. And then I do a bunch of photo shoots, and that's my starting content. Once I establish myself that way, then I start rolling out the serialized manifesto content. Like, start pitching that to people, see if I can drag more enthusiastic new clowns into my tent. That sounds great. This sounds great. I can help you come up with a clown sona. Maybe later I can make one too. Maybe later I can make one too. Oh, I'd expect nothing less. You'd make such a lovely Jubilite. Wow, flattery will get you everywhere. It better, bitch. Well, how about after breakfast we head up to my vanity mirror? We can give you a whole glow up. A clown up. Hell yeah. This needs to be better than my old Juggalo consona. What did that look like? Do you have any photos? Probably, but it just looked like some edgy teen piss. You don't need to see that shit. It will contaminate our results. Didn't you also cosplay a long time ago? You should be an old hand at this. Maybe you don't even need my help. Yes, I did it when I was a kid. But you don't have nearly the amount of gray makeup it would take to duplicate those results. Huh? Never mind. We won't be speaking of that. I just want some cool clown shit. I just want to make some cool clown shit happen here. I think I want to do something with Z's. Z's? Like my name? Oh yeah! Here, let me try something. Oh, actually, that's fucking sick. You like it? Yes, I do. Abs, for a ridiculous bimbo, you can be a genius sometimes. I mean, I did graduate from Harvard, you know. Yeah, by fucking all the professors, right? Well, yes, but isn't that what a genius would do? Yeah, I rest my case. Here, let me mess with this look some more. Aw, look at you. This is so cute. It's not supposed to be cute, though. It's supposed to be badass. Well, it's that too, but mostly it's cute. Because I know who's underneath. OMG. What? Hideki, maybe my clown sona is working too well. You're already hitting on me. Wow, but I always do that. I know, but now I've added clown pheromones to the equation. Could be dangerous. Perhaps. So is that it? You think you're done? With the face, yeah. But obviously I need some new ensembles. None of your clothes are going to cut it because you're an absurd giant. And I don't want to go back to my place anytime soon because, well, I just don't. We could always go shopping this week. More places are open for business than you would think. Yeah. And what about a name? What? Doesn't your clown sona need a clowny name? No, I think I'll just keep my name, since it's already a name I gave myself to replace my parent-given name. I'll rebrand and all, but I won't keep name-hopping like a fool. I guess that makes sense. Some old haters will link my new brand with my controversial past, but I don't even really care at this point. They can take their best shot. I'm not running anymore. Am I allowed to make up a clowny name when I make a clown sona? Of course. That is strongly encouraged for all those who choose to clown up. Oh, I know what I'll go with. My old screen name when I was a kid. Apple Pie. I think it's kept vague. Oh, I see. Now who's the one who's being fucking cute? I guess it was me when I was 10 years old and playing Neopets. But also, it's still you and your clown cute makeup. Cute clown makeup. You're right. It's a shame just to... It's a shame to waste all this clowny cuteness on my gay mother, who would think I was cute even if I took her to... even if I took a shit right on her bedroom floor. Wow. So why don't we take the new brand for a spin and see what the people think? You don't even have your new fits yet. Whatever, I'll just take a headshot selfie. You want in on this? Oh, okay. You clear out your Instagram account, deleting the photos from your stale brand, and post the inaugural selfie showing off your new consona. Abby cross-posts the same photo onto her account and tags you in it. Now going back now, the brand has officially launched. The day slips by as you monitor the comments and feedback on your humble starter post. The reception to your consona is almost universally positive. You can't tell if it's real praise or if Abby's followers are just being polite to her friend who's an obvious charity case. Then just got a nice pity shout out. It doesn't matter though, because at the end of the day, clout is clout, and you have to start somewhere. You already have over 10,000 new followers, which seems like an absurdly high number to you. But when you consider you're just siphoning off some of Abby's following of 3 million, it's just a tiny drop in the bucket. Still, it's a strong start for only having posted a single clown selfie, and now it's time for your showmanship to build on it. Still clowned up, huh? Yeah, I'm living in the paint for a while, trying to get into character. There's a character? I thought your clown sona was just you. Well, it is. Jubilite Manifesto says your clown sona is an expression of your truest self, like a final form. Sounds like some anime shit. It's totally some anime shit. Well, it sure seems like people are enjoying your clown sona. I think they're just being polite for now. It's all a bit patronizing. Followers just like whatever you do, so of course they're going to be nice when your weird clown to your weird clown friend. It is like digivolving, you're right. Well, we'll see how they really feel once I start rolling out my actual content. I am really curious to see where it goes. I'll just keep giving you shoutouts until we figure out... I'll just keep giving you shoutouts until we can get your brand to take flight. I can't believe what a chicken shit I was being about following you. This could be so fun. Clown tent. Like a circus? Like a circuit? The losers who'd have a problem with me supporting you aren't even worth my consideration anyway. Yeah, basically. And besides, nobody's even said anything yet. Maybe because nobody's connected me with my previously problematic identity yet? I suppose that is one advantage to clowning up. You keep the old haters guessing. The haters will probably catch on soon enough. And then we'll see what actual consequences that will have. I just don't give a fuck anymore. I hope they show themselves. Makes it easier for me to keep an eye on them. Yeah, whatever. Life is too short to worry about how the opinions of shitty people reflect on your reputation. We're just having some fun here. Speaking of which, looks like you found the wine cellar. Oh yeah. I highly recommend the 2016 Domaine Georges Musini. I don't know how to say that word at all. Excellent vintage. Well, if you say so. I don't actually know anything about wine. Neither do I. I just looked around the cellar and checked prices online. This was the most expensive shit I could find. It goes for $17,000 a bottle. Really? The internet says so, yeah. I had no idea my parents had such pricey stuff down there. Guess I should be surprised. Don't they also have a bunch of fucking Bentleys in the garage? There's one Bentley and a few other cars, but yeah. They spend money on a lot of stupid things. Maybe we should have saved this for the super expensive wine for a special occasion, though. Bitch, this is a special occasion. Just a couple of friends hanging out for the first time in forever, clowning up, and making plans to cause problems on purpose. You're right. If this doesn't count as a $17,000 night, then I don't know what does. Cheers. Let this mark the beginning of a long and fruitful endeavor to exploit the living shit out of your parents and their obscene hoard of ill-gotten wealth. I'll certainly drink to that. What else did you have in mind? Give me some time to build the brand first, then I'll let you know what's up. It's all related, you'll see. The suspense is killing me. I hope you're prepared to bring this level of showmanship to your new brand and not waste it all on me. You don't need to worry about that. You just keep supplying me with fresh new simps, and I'll play the role of ringmaster. Who's calling? Oh, nobody. Just some fucking spam. Z, she, they, Jubilite, Nantucket, Massachusetts. The Nantucket police call you every day? After 7 days and nights of being supplied with a steady diet of fresh new simps due to Abby's enthusiastic hype, combined with your newfound flair for social media ringmastering, your Instagram following has ballooned to a figure you can barely comprehend, just over 500,000 new subscribers. This was unfathomable to you at one point. You have to keep reminding yourself this is a modest fraction of Abby's total fandom. They count as your fans too now, only by the promotion that she has generously provided. The true test comes soon when you begin to flex your vision in front of a sizable starting crowd. Begun releasing the introductory portions of your manifesto, which have been met with a largely positive reception, if somewhat confused as well. While your new fans appear to be humoring your dogmatic content, they mainly seem to be here for the novelty of your clowny e-girl stuff. You're rolling in more simps than you know what to do with now. An almost limitless reservoir of thirsty boys would appear to be at your disposal for just about anything. Of course, they're mostly all the same eager simps who've been hounding after Abby for years, who seem more than willing to migrate to a greener, clownier pasture. And of course, as expected, a few old antis have begun to surface as well. And they brought receipts. You knew they would. You simply delete some of the comments containing links to your previously problematic behavior, block, and move on. Their negativity is overwhelmingly drowned out by other more positive comments regardless. Steph P9089, an absolutely disgusting person. If you stand this problematic piece of garbage, just unfollow me now. That Gerald. Fire emoji, clown emoji, clown emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, clown emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, clown emoji, clown emoji, clown emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, clown emoji, praise, praise, praise. Picklerick.far. Total shit. Total shit. I think reading every emoji out loud really fast like that is a good bit, and I'm going to keep doing it until someone says I shouldn't. This is a relief to see, and it helps you rise above the hate. Till Delta. But you don't rise above it before you take note of every single hater and anti who smears you in your comment sections and elsewhere. You make sure to maintain a thorough list of every nasty piece of shit before you block, move on, and benevolently rise above the noise. They're nothing to you now except motivation. Antes, Candish Mandis, Pickle-Rick.Fart, Eric B0452, NB Garfield, Steph P9089, The Katra Kenny, Horny for Bojack, Soft Boy Makara. That one gets me. Lola Wendy 10203, Pickle-Rick.Shit, Pickle-Rick.Balls. Motivation to prove them wrong, and make them deeply sorry it ever even occurred to them to post unkind words about such a cute and creative clown girl with a sensational new brand. Izzy's a big fan of 9/11, I think. Your sharp rise on the coattails of your famous friend has all been good fun to monitor, but the fact is, you've barely even begun revealing the good shit. And before you share that stuff with your new fandom, you'll need to make sure Abby is up to speed with the next phase of the campaign. Abby, we need to talk about Pranksis. Well, what? Pranksis. It's the first crucial piece of Jubilite doctrine I'll be unveiling soon. You need to know about it first. And much more importantly, you need to practice it. I do? Why? Because pretty soon this movement's gonna need money. And I mean an absolute fuck ton of money. As generous as you've been with your credit cards helping me buy new clothes and shit, that level of financing isn't really going to cut it. But one of my credit cards has $1 million limit. Wow, a whole $1 million. That's cute. Cute? Z, you drive a fucking Kia. And yet, I'm the one with an exceptionally refined palate for expensive wine. And I also know $1 million is a bullshit chicken feed number. You need to start thinking bigger. Well, maybe you should try to relax. Your account is off to such a good start. Between the two of our accounts, we can pull together some really good revenue streams. If you start stressing out about how it's all chicken feed money or whatever, you won't have any fun. Wasn't that the point of all this? To have fun? Abby, you still don't understand. Pranksis is the very essence of having fun. And the more money you make, the more it multiplies. The fun you're having. Okay, I'm sure that's true and all. But that's one of the points I've been trying to make with my parents. I've already been doing some serious numbers. I know I half-assed my business degree, but I've actually been able to translate my following into a pretty profitable situation while having a good time doing it. So my parents can both go eat shit about my bad career choices. Yeah, on the topic of your parents, that's what this is about. I thought this was supposed to be about Pranksis. It's also about Pranksis. Well, what the fuck is Pranksis? Pranksis is fucking everything. A mission-critical plank of the Jubilite platform. A central pillar, actually. It's what most of my manifesto's sanctioned clownery revolves around. It also happens to be the key to how I start bankrolling the fuck out of this jam. Alright, genius. So, what is it? Well, you know what a prank is? Yes. Do you know what Pranksis? Sorry, do you know what Praxis is? I got so used to saying Pranksis that I filled it in. Well, okay, well, forget about that then. It doesn't actually matter for the time being. Let's talk about your parents. If you help me out with this, and that'll be your first real-life lesson in Pranksis. When's the last time you talked to them? Oh, a couple of days ago, actually. They rarely call, but they do keep an eye on my accounts. And I guess they've noticed I've been doing something different lately, well. They sure do hate your crazy socialist diatribes. But I also have them believing this is all just an act to own the libs or whatever. Like, good for ratings and all. But down the road, we're just gonna fuck with people about it, turn it into a racket or something. And it's just easier to deal with them if I tell them things like that. They think this is a good idea in theory, but now, but wow, you sure do rile them up. This is all incredibly good, actually. Abby, you didn't even know it, but you're quite naturally gifted with the art of pranksters already. I am? Yeah, this is perfect table setting, prepping the marks and all. So I don't even have much explaining to do here. I just need you to call them again soon. I already typed a bunch of notes. I already typed a bunch of notes to hit in your conversation. I think there might be a word missing in the text there or something. Haha, okay. By now, you've become considerably more familiar with the finances of Abby's family. Over the past week, you've pieced together a more complete picture through questioning Abby and a few other methods of research. Their political activity was some of the easiest stuff to find. Over the last 4 years, they've steadily been making huge donations to the Trump campaign. But more recently, it looks like they've switched to becoming heavy Biden donors. You're sure it's not for any ideological reasons, but likely due to the entire Trump charade looking more like a sinking ship all the time, especially in light of the pandemic response and its economic fallout. You can tell this move must have been a bitter pill for her dad to swallow. While he is kind of a dumbass, he's not so stupid as to let a perfectly hollow, easily corruptible president waltz into office without taking a whole bunch of his money first. The truth is, in the man's heart of hearts, you doubt he really gives a shit which senile rapist gets to run the show, as long as he gets to take photos with them at $50,000 per plate fundraising dinners. And if you take a closer look at the companies, which they own a lot of shares in, it becomes pretty obvious the economic disruption has hit them pretty hard. Wild swings in their total net worth to the tune of billions. Their money people must have been moving assets around like crazy to protect what's left. It's hard to pin down their total net worth given the complexity of the holdings, but your recent estimates have it somewhere between $20 and $30 billion. We're probably not for long, depending on the economy, of course, as well as what you and Abby can manage to put into motion with your revolutionary new philosophy known as pranksters. So I just had a pretty long talk with them. They were really surprised I called, but happy to hear from me. I never call out of the blue like that. That's good. What happened? I just went through everything you listed for me. But naturally, you know, which meant I had to talk for a long time, just bullshitting away with small talk, so they didn't seem suspicious. That's great. See, I told you. Barely need any coaching at all. Mal, come on, Z. Why are you so surprised I'm good at working with my parents? I've been bamboozling these people my whole life. I bet. Go on. I finally got around to bringing up the Bitcoin stuff again. Actually, it was pretty smooth because I already brought it up. What? Like a year ago. Remember that? Yeah, because I told you to. I know. Have you really been planning this for that long? At the time, I thought you were just having me do it as a goof. It was a goof, but it also served the double purpose of laying the groundwork in case we ever wanted to finally make all this stuff happen. That's how you have to do it. Just think long term and just make the most of the future opportunities as they present themselves. Or create those opportunities like we're doing now. Yeah, so I started babbling about Bitcoin shit again, per your notes, but I still feel like I don't know what I'm talking about when I get into it. I know you don't. It's good you sound a little confused about it, because you are. You're not supposed to be an expert. This is just stuff you've been reading up on a little. All you're doing is priming them. Right. So you are really going to hack all my parents' money. Like, that wasn't just more of your outrageous bullshit all this time? Abby, this is what hacking is. It's like 90% social engineering. You need to be patient, plant all these seeds along the way, set up points of psychological leverage, and when the time is right and you have like a little bit of low-end programming ready to go. This is all a lot easier than it sounds. It is? Yeah, I've been doing a bunch of stuff lately. Well, I bet you have. Over the last week, I've been micro-targeting your parents on Facebook with ads for Bitcoin shit. Oh my god. For the service I want them to be using, of course. It's a real service. It deals in high-volume crypto transactions. The point is to get them to do real shit first, and then get tricky with it a little later. Okay. I've also been emailing them shit that looks legit enough, kinda bombarding them with info. Offhand testimony from trusted people, other rich folks spooked about the economy, and now you're one of the human levers too. When the time comes, you're the one who pushes them to make the final move. Who are the trusted people? I mean, they're fake, it's all just me. Like I started a few fake chain emails, you know the ones boomers love to reply to and forward around? It's like catnip, they can't fucking help themselves. Holy shit, there's Uma Musume happening in the chat. I bet Abby would have loved a Uma Musume. Sorry, Umama Sume? I'm locked in on this race. I gotta see how it ends. Holy shit. Whoa! Wow! It's also close. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Wow. You love to see it. Oh wow. I can't look at that. I need to keep reading. Put a ton of crappy email addresses in the recipient field, including a bunch from people I know they're acquaintances with. Nobody too close, but the names of other rich people they'd recognize and listen to if they saw them babbling about crypto as a way to protect their billions in a dumb email chain. Wow. I actually did this on a whim, being skeptical of the returns, but it's been working phenomenally. I got your mom to reply to one of these chains a few times credulously. I worked her a little bit with one of the sock puppets, some other rich dude she's met. It's so easy to get these names. The Republican donor lists are kind of a goldmine. Wait, you've been talking to my mom? Sure, why not? That isn't even the good part. After I got her interested enough in the subject, I had this dude kind of pull her aside. I deleted all the names from the chain and just worked her on her one-to-one. Got pretty flirty. Turns out your mom's a real saucy bitch. What? Bottom line is, she's sort of having an affair now. Sorry, Abs, your mom's got a lot more on the side, getting a lot more side action from me than you could ever manage. Oh my god! Please don't be jealous. It's just some other undercover spy work, like some James Bond shit. What's happening? This breathtakingly horny Karen means nothing to me, I promise. I am losing my mind? Well, if I knew you'd be this hot and bothered by it, I would have just blind copied you on all the emails. I mean, I still could. Ah! Z! You! I don't even... You're unbelievable! How do you even come up with shit like this? Cool your jets, Abby. I already said what's going on. This is just a bit of playful pranksis, that's all. It's okay. It happens. Horses are known for being fast. I don't think I could have stopped them. Not even that far along in the process, really. It's only phase 1. Phase 1? Yeah, I'm just setting them up. At the right moment, you, a trusted and beloved daughter who is famous and influential, will knock them down. Okay, I believe you, but how do I do that? Fine, I'll just walk you through the play. The thing to do now is wait for the right opportunity. Everybody's already spooked about the economy, so we pick our spot, and when we do, we exploit their fears over more huge stock market losses to swoop in with the Bitcoin shit. And I work my angles too, like your mom. My email chain Romeo says he's just shifted most of his assets to crypto to ride this out, whereas you're coming at it like an heiress. Just say you're trying to do your part to protect the family fortune. You push the same exchange site I've been pushing with my micro-targeting. So I get them to buy tons of bitcoins, and then you hack the coins? Well, no. There's no hacking involved, just stealing. The exchange service really exists. It's a real way to buy coins, and you put them all in a wallet. Their financial people will agree this is a sound way to do it. It's solid and vetted. I don't expect them to do anything with their money guys wouldn't sign off on. We just step into the middle of the process, the part where your dad stores the shit in a digital wallet. I designed a spoof wallet site that looks and functions exactly like the real site he's buying from. Similar URL, even asks for a password first. Do you have his password? Well, no. You don't see yet. These are all mind games. You enter any shit in the login field and it works fine. But he will enter his real name and password, at which point the game's over. Once I have that, I could do almost anything. But it doesn't even need to stop there. He could even just go right ahead, feeling confident it's a secure site because it just accepted his password. And then he stores the coin data directly into my fake-ass wallet, at which point he's just fucking handed the coins right over to me. It's basic phishing shit. Usually people are more on their guard for things like this, and not if trusted family members are sending them links being all like, cool, you're almost dead there, Dad. Now open the wallet. Here's a link to that. Yeah, I see. And once the coins are ours, that's it. The money's gone. I resell them, move the money around a bit, stash it in offshore accounts. My guess is, if we pull it off, it would be a long time before you even realized it was gone. And if that happens, I don't know, just blame hackers or whatever. Well, hackers did take it. Exactly. So how much are we going for here? Like, all their money? Probably not. No way somebody's pushing through $20 or $30 billion Bitcoin transaction. And their money people would shit bricks if it was proposed. But you hype them up for as much as possible. Whatever their guys can agree to as a sound diversification policy. Okay, Z, what are you even going to do with all this money? I have some ideas. Oh boy. Well, I can't wait to find out what they are. Huh? Who could that be? It's 3 horses. It's actually 2 pigs. We made it to the end of chapter 2. Oh, I have to let it play out. I'll actually save here. Okay. Oh, interesting. That's a good idea. But yeah, that was our first 2 chapters of Psycholonials. And just in time for an ad break. My voice is pretty fucking sore from reading all of that. So I think I want to shift to Balatro probably, because there's a lot less reading. Yeah. But I will take a little quick break. Thank you everybody for tuning in for the live read.